the other way, it is Kucherov. Oh, what a move. Kucherov slides it across. They score. A power play goal. That run to the final. Till they eliminated Washington. Saved there by Bobrovsky. They score. Belmar. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Kucherov looking. Kucherov with a shot. He scores.
In front of the net and just a quick little shot. He never sees his puck.
Now Killorn back out. Sergachev with a shot. Stick save. Rebound. Score. Third power play goal of the night. It's Ross Colton.
McKinnon up the boards. Leddy held the line. McCarr gloves it down. Had a tough time with it. O'Reilly scores! Our shot blocked by Shen. Rantanen hit by Parayko. Rantanen still on and thrown to the net. Loose puck. They score! Gerard. Landeskog. He'll hoist it. Binnington tried to slow it up. Aubé-Kubel first to find it. Aubé-Kubel couldn't quite grab it. Landeskog, as he's falling, made the pass. That shot. They score! 15 seconds to go. Here's Kyrou right back in. Jordan Kyrou drags. Score! Gerard, his shot tip, save Binnington, rebound, he got that one too. Kadri had the follow-up, Binnington fell over. Here's Manson, Binnington's reset. Manson scores!
I don't know about you, but I feel good.
Skill.
Max Domi having the game of his career.
Will.
Legions win.
And the thrill of the playoffs.
I don't know about you, but I feel good.
Round two begins at ESPN tonight. Can't wait to see at PNC Arena the Rangers and Hurricanes kicking off our doubleheader. The fans are filing in. Rangers and Hurricanes like, wait a minute, I thought there was geo
They
restrictions.
somehow got through the geo-lock on the tickets. That's incredible.
How is that possible?
Wow.
They did it.
They hacked the system, hacked the planet.
Greg Wyshynski, Arda, Ocal, thank you for watching The Drop, our ESPN digital program. How are you, bud?
I'm good, man. I am pumped for the Tony DeAngelo series.
Yes.
Why haven't we talked more about that, man? Tony DeAngelo got excommunicated from the New York Rangers, and now he's playing them in the playoffs.
We'll talk about that and more between the New York Rangers and the Carolina Rangers. Also, the Battle of Alberta and Brady Tkachuk, who is supporting his bro. Brady Tkachuk will join the show later on. There's the schedule, all on ESPN. Doubleheader, Rangers Hurricanes at 7. We are leading into that year. Followed by the Oilers and Flames at 9:30.
Battle of Alberta.
Battle of Alberta.
That's going to be so much fun.
And guess what? Since we have the games on our air tonight, that means that we have some special guests in studio for the intermissions and here on The Drop. So much fun on The Drop. The first time we had to bring him back, the one, the only PK Subban. What's up, man? Good to see you.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
By the way, you may not know this. He is a Harvard grad. The cufflinks, I don't know if you can zoom in. Look at those.
Wow.
How beautiful is that?
That's
You see
amazing.
that?
It's amazing stuff.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Love to see it, my friend. Love to see the
Not quite a Harvard grad,
I'm
but
going
I did
with
a
it.
short
Okay.
stint there.
I'm
I
going
should have
with
let that go, actually. But
Yeah, clearly.
I'm going with it.
Clearly.
Why don't we talk about the playoffs a little bit, get things started
Yeah.
here. Why don't we start with the Battle of Florida, in particular Nikita Kucherov, and how he completely dismantled the defense on one of those goals there. We're going to see it right here. I mean, look at this inside-outside. Okay.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
he's got the ability to kind of lull you to sleep, you know, and then he's got the quickness and the skill level to make a play like that. I mean, Nikita Kucherov is absolutely filthy, you know, with what he can do with the puck on the ice. But it's the deception, it's the ability to freeze the goaltender. I mean, how many times in the playoffs do you go on a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-3 and walk into the zone and end up with a backdoor tap-in? Like, you know, I mean, that's probably the easiest goal Corey Perry's ever scored.
Oh, God, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He's that good. He is.
So we just watched the Lightning and the Panthers. I know we both watched the Avalanche and the Blues last night. Who's more cooked, Blues or Panthers?
You know what? I think with Florida, if the Panthers can find that momentum on their power play, it'll be a different series, you know. But they have to find that momentum on their power play, and it's not just about pointing the finger at any specific player. It's as a group, you got to find a way to get the job done, and you saw it in Game 1. And you don't get the power play going, you don't get momentum on it, you don't get shots, and now it's taking away from the momentum. And you know, I thought that was really a perfect opportunity for them last night, being up 1-0 in a game. You're on the power play, you're kind of playing with the house's money right now. You know what I mean? You got the one goal, put pucks on net, and I felt that was a missed opportunity for them. And Tampa, when they know that they're an experienced team, they know that you're struggling on the power play, they're going to make you pay, you know, when you don't bury it. So, you know, I think Tampa had 2 power play goals last night. And you look at it, it's not what you're accustomed to seeing with them going through the seam, backdoor, one-timer to Stamkos. It's shots on net with screens, rebounds, battling in front. And they scored 3 goals like that last night. You know, the goal that Belmore scored was a battle in front, dirty goal. So I think that they don't have to look very far to maybe find the answers. Just look at the team across from you that's won 2 cups. That's a skilled team as well, just like you. And they have the personnel to do it. So I think Florida is in a better situation right now than the Blues are. But who knows? With the way Biddington's playing right now, their team, I just think it's not so much about St. Louis. It's more about Colorado in that series. If Colorado gets their game going and plays their game, you know, that's a team that people have been pegged to win the Stanley Cup right from the start of the season. So you know what you're getting with them. But if you had to bet on a team that could upset someone in the series, I would bet on Florida.
You kind of get the feeling the Blues had to get that one.
Yeah, they do, but I also don't want. I want to give the Blues their flowers as well. You know, this is a team with a championship core. They got, you know, led by Ryan O'Reilly. I liked his game last night. He was sniffing around. He was there. He defended well. He did a good job against McKinnon. He's obviously scoring that first goal, which was an unfortunate bounce, you know, for the defense in front. But I think St. Louis Blues are going to try to extend the series as long as they can go. I don't think they're going to go easy. So I don't think this is going to be a series that's 4 straight. I'd be surprised if Colorado swept them or did that in 5 games. I think St. Louis is going to try to extend it. And you saw last night, similar to the Dallas-Calgary game, the deciding game, 1 shot. You know, 1 shot, and they had their chances. So I'm sure that they're waking up today saying, okay, you know what, that's a game we could have won, but we know we can play with these guys if we play a certain way.
On to the games tonight on ESPN. PK will be there pre-post during intermissions as well. Start with the Rangers and the Hurricanes. This is going to be a fun series to me. A lot of variables here, particularly on the Rangers side. What are your thoughts?
Well, I like the fact that I think there's 5 or 6 guys on Carolina that used to play for the Rangers. So that always makes the series interesting when you're playing against old teammates. I just think that the way that Carolina's built and the way that they play, you know what you're getting from them. You know, with the Rangers, what team are we going to get? Because I'm going to tell you this right now. I picked the Rangers to win this series, by the way. I know that Carolina can win this series, but I believe that the way Shesterkin's playing, the Rangers now have their whole lineup involved, right? You know, you have Hedl, who scored a goal. You got Zibanejad, who had the 2 goals coming on late. Kreider, big goal. Panarin, huge power play goal. Their defense got involved. Like, it's not like this is a series where they're saying, we got to get other guys going. You've had, you know, pretty much your whole team get involved. I think they're second to Tampa with players that have scored a goal in the playoffs so far. You know, so they're right where they need to be as a team. It's just the intangibles and the things that are going to be the most important in this series are how they defend. Can they break out of their zone? And do they have an answer for that forecheck? Because they got to get their team going right from the start. And they can't wait till game 3 or 4 to do it at home. They got to do it now.
PK, real quick, does the regular season matter? Like, we just saw regular season.
I don't want to
hear
about it. No, I don't want to hear anything about regular season. Because here's the thing. Carolina has been playing playoff hockey all year, as far as I'm concerned, with the way they play.
Got it.
So, you know, the regular season doesn't matter, but that gives Carolina confidence. They know what's on the other side. I think with the Rangers, they're looking at this is different. This is the playoffs. We need to elevate our game. And I think with everything going, I think Gerard Gallant, I call him Turk, but Gerard Gallant, who's kind of been, you know, trying to get everybody involved, he's done a good job as a coach. That's tough. When you're down 3-2 in a series, to continue to keep getting everybody involved and come out on the other side, That's a huge win for them. So I think that's going to be an advantage for them coming into the series, is having everybody involved. But if they don't show up to play, if they don't show up to play right from the first shift, they're not going to like the result. They got to be ready to go for a full 60. They can't take any shifts off.
Yeah. So just as a reminder, tonight it's Rangers and Carolina, also the Battle of Alberta. Lots of preview coming up in the show. Before we let you go, I know you're on a time crunch here. We want to do a little bit of a fashion fun segment. Okay, we know you're known for your threads. Okay.
Well, you see, I got the Gazelles on today.
Are you kidding me with the Gazelles? And they say Montreal 76 on them. Shout out to the Olympics, of course, right?
Of course, exactly.
Now,
a big
boom,
pickup.
let's go.
There you go. I like
let's
that.
go.
I'm
All right,
American.
So we're going to show you some fashion fits. You give us your ratings. We did this on the intermissions earlier. What do you think of this here? Alex Killorn. We got some fits here with the Lightning-esque, with the title belt there. What do you think of this?
Well, you know what?
Okay.
I can have whatever opinion I want. If I was any of those guys and hearing the opinion, it doesn't matter because we won the Stanley Cup, and that's why we could do whatever we want. So you're allowed to wear whatever you want and pretty much do whatever you want when you win the Cup. So,
fair enough. Good call. Wish, what's next?
All right, up next, we got ourselves a little Jeremy Swayman action of Boston Bruins. What do you think?
As a hat connoisseur yourself?
I like it. You know, I remember, listen to me, in my first year, I started to wear hats, and I don't know if there was anybody in the league wearing hats at that time. You know, I'd throw the hats
the trend.
on. I'm not saying I did it because I don't have any proof of that. I just would look around. I didn't see very many people wearing hats. I like the hat game, you know, but just now the hair's so tight. And I don't know if I can throw a hizzy on. I got to be careful when I pick that. Great suit.
Yeah.
Love the threads. I like the vest.
Yeah,
the vest
very nice,
is really, really nice. He's put together well.
Look at the checkers match the tie and the pocket square. That's not bad.
No. That's a great script.
Yeah.
Great script. I like it. Full marks. Attaboy, Sway.
Next, back to the Lightning, a trio of players here. The suits are nice, on point here. What do you think of the color combinations? What are you thinking here?
Once again, 2-time Stanley Cup champs, and I think the guy who looks the most casual's got 3 of them. So, once again, when you're winning and you're a winner, you can wear whatever you'd like. Killorn, veteran player, he knows how to dress. Bogo, same thing. Yeah. And Pat Maroon does what
Can
he
I
wants.
ask you this in particular? Wait, where am I? Right here. The no socks with the loafers. What are we thinking about that look?
Well,
Callie pulled it off yesterday.
I like it. Well, listen, especially for them, they live in Tampa. It's hot out there. You don't want to be wearing socks all the time. But first of all, I want to zoom in on what Victor Hedman
I know.
is wearing.
He's kind of stealthy
because,
back there, right?
you know, when you got an eye for it, I'm watching him, and he's tall, he's long, he's strong, and he looks like he's down to get the friction on. So I like that look. I like that look. I like the way he dresses. And quietly, I've seen him a few times in person where I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, but the Swedes, they always dress well.
They do.
They know,
I don't know
right?
what it is. The Swedes and Russians are always on point.
All right, finally, let's keep it in-house here. What about that, buddy?
What about the pants? Honest opinion now that we're not on the point.
Okay, well, I'll tell this to Deeps, and you know I'm a fashion guy.
Yes.
Okay, I got tons of clothes. I got tons of options.
Right.
He said that my take on Shesterkin being Conn Smythe was a horrible take. I think his choice of wearing those pants during the show was a horrible decision. So let's leave it at that. Deeps, if you're listening, you heard it first right here. Let's put those pants
back on the wallpaper.
I actually don't mind the pants, but I'm coming for him today. I'm coming for him.
I think they're polarizing.
No, listen to me. I like the pants. I mean, listen,
fair
it's
enough.
just, you know, I don't know. Maybe I would have put it together with something different, but I like to encourage guys to dress the way they want. And Deeps is a good-looking guy, so he is a handsome guy. You can't take anything away from him.
The one and only PK Subban joining us on the drop. You're the man. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, guys.
Really
Thanks
appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
Before we go, moving right along here, a lot of fans of Leonard Kenny watching us right now. A spin-off show called Shoresy is upon us. Have a look at this.
I can't lose one more game. Shoresy.
This team will never lose again.
I'ma go and get some more. I ain't had enough. Yeah. Till them numbers on the board start to add up. I'ma go harder than most. I'ma go harder than most. I'ma go harder than most.
Shoresy, Goody, JJ, Dolo, and Hitch. And it's kind of funny with Hitch because his full name's Ted Hitchcock, but if you say it real fast, it sounds like 10-inch cock.
Been called worse, spies.
I'm a big Letterkenny fan. Can't wait for Shoresy. Also can't wait for the Battle of Alberta. For American fans watching, this is very much like a college football rivalry. This is like Duke and North Carolina in Canada.
It's Alabama-Auburn. It's the Iron Bowl. It's a provincial battle between neighbors. You got one team in Alabama, like the Oilers, that has a championship dynastic past.
Okay.
You got another team like Calgary-Auburn that just, occasionally gets big wins over their rival. It's the Iron Bowl.
I like it.
And it's also the best rivalry in hockey.
Why?
Well, because the other rivalries are in either a point of stasis or they're diminished. Pittsburgh, Washington, always Heat. They both won championships. They're fat and happy. These guys are hungry. Florida, Tampa Bay, the Battle of Florida, as we saw in Game 1, a bit of a disparity. They're not in the same place. These two, Edmonton, Calgary, even keel. They're on the same level, and they're going to duke it out.
You think so on the ice.
Yes.
But off the ice, there might be some big disparities. In these categories in particular, uniforms.
Yes.
Who has the edge?
Oh, I think we know who has the edge here. It's got to be the gorgeous flaming sea of the Calgary Flames. Look, if Edmonton liked their orange jerseys better, this might be a conversation, but as you called it, the Sean
Horcoff era
does not compare with.
I guess I could have said the Ryan Smith era, but whatever.
But those Flames jerseys are iconic. Again, like the sea of red in Calgary. Yes. There's absolutely no question they win the jersey battle.
Are the Atlanta Flames jerseys better than the Oilers jerseys?
I think the Atlanta Thrashers jerseys are better.
What? Come on!
That's my spicy take for tonight, baby.
Oh, please. Okay, mascot. Harvey the Hound, right?
Okay, so Harvey the Hound holds a very special place in everybody's heart because his tongue once got ripped out by Craig McTavish, but the winner here is going to be Hunter the Lynx for the sole reason that it is a mascot that once it debuted, its features had to be toned down because, Arda, it was frightening little children.
That's frightening. Look at that picture. It was still frightening.
But it was even worse. It was like something out of a Stephen King novel. So, yeah, Hunter the Lynx for me is the winner.
By the way, the Craig McTavish pulling the tongue, John Tortorella on the point saw that and is like, that's the greatest coaching thing I've ever seen.
Without question. It's a classic.
I'm sure he has some mascot parts on his mantle as well. Famous person.
All right, so we wanted to go with the most famous resident from both cities. So obviously for Calgary, it's Brett Hitman Hart. And for
Thank
Edmonton,
you, Howard Finkel.
Yeah, Edmonton, Michael J. Fox, Edmonton native. Wasn't he? I think he moved away when he was around 10 years old. But you got to go with Marty McFly. You got to go with Doc Hollywood. You got to go with whoever he was in The Secret of My Success. You got to go with Michael J. Fox on this one. All due respect to the excellence of execution.
And all due respect to the wrestling capital of the world, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Shout out to Landstorm. What about outdoor viewing area?
All right, outdoor viewing area. You both have two big outdoor areas here. You've got Moss Pit in Edmonton. You've got the Red Lot in Calgary, and we're going with the Red Lot. It is a pretty high place. You were saying cutaways to Edmonton, not the greatest?
Look, I do not want to besmirch the wonderful people of Edmonton, Alberta, but the scenic shots that we have seen, I'm wondering if that is Edmonton, Alberta. I would just like to say that, okay? I've been to Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm wondering where was all of that when I drove through Edmonton, Alberta?
Well, do you think they're using a ringer city?
Very much the outskirts of Edmonton, Alberta, certainly not the downtown core. That's all I want to say about that. With all due respect, again, to my dear friends in Edmonton, but Calgary definitely wins that battle.
All right.
The best beef?
So you can see right here, it's a tie. Calgary and Edmonton tied right here in the Battle of Alberta. So we go to the last category.
What else to be a tiebreaker than this?
Yeah. Who has the best beef?
Why?
And
okay.
The winner is both Calgary and Edmonton.
Oh my gosh!
I know, it's a tie. It's Albertan beef, baby. It's the best you can find in Canada. And we can't say one's better than the other. It is a tie. The Battle of Alberta in the superlative category is a tie, but we'll settle it on the ice.
So what you're saying is Flames in 8, Oilers in 8.
That's correct.
Exactly.
And then we all shake hands and all get orange slices and call it a day.
And that's it. And it'll be a very happy, respectful affair on the ice.
Yep.
The Battle of Alberta is just a meeting.
That's right. Bunch of lady bings out there.
I would say the amount of hatred between the fans and teams the coach, everybody hates each other here in Calgary and Edmonton, and I'm sure Edmonton hates all of us as well. So I think it's the best rivalry in all sports right now. I'm not saying a lot with some of the great ones in other sports, but it's electric. Every single game, who knows what's going to happen. The fans going at it. It's awesome. It's awesome. Everybody who loves that stuff got to come to a game.
That Brawl 2 years ago was money, too.
And you know what?
So good.
Obviously, all this stuff came at a bad time with the shutdown and everything, and the rivalry was just picking up. And I would say a little bit with this past year, we played each other 10 times, and I wouldn't say it died off of it, but it was just so much that you can't have 10 of those games a year. I mean, you have guys dropping like flies. So I think that this year it'll be back again, and it'll be back better than ever with the fans.
So that's Matthew Tkachuk talking about the Battle of Alberta. I know it all too well. Growing up in Canada, the rivalries are renewed. There's a little bit of brotherly tie here as well. Of course, that's Matthew Tkachuk that you just heard. His brother Brady on the friendship tour. And there he is, the captain of the Ottawa Senators, but in the off-season, during the playoffs, with his brother Matthew, every step of the way. Brady, I just want to confirm, are you in Calgary right now?
Oh yeah, ready to go.
I absolutely love to see it. This is great. What's it been like, man? How's the playoffs been for you?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been fun to see, how Matthew's been playing, but of course, we'd love to be in the playoffs right now with our team, and of course, it didn't happen this year, but that's a huge goal for us moving forward. But yeah, it's been pretty cool seeing the atmosphere, and of course seeing this Battle of Alberta in person for the first time. So I don't think I'll be able to get to experience this again. So it's, of course, everybody always knows the hype, and talking to Matthew, in years past, he's been talking big time about the Battle of Alberta. So I'm definitely excited to see what it's all about.
You're not only seeing it firsthand, you're seeing it as a fan. I got to imagine it's been a minute since you've been amongst the people chugging beers at a hockey game. What's it been like to just be in the sea of red for these games?
Yeah, no, that's what I was joking around with my parents, coming to the game, getting there for warm-ups. Of course, usually they're a couple hours early, table sticks, doing your own routines. I'm like, we went to a bar before the game. Like, this is wild. This is definitely a different experience. So, but like I said, of course, we love to be preparing for a playoff game. But no, it's been pretty cool. It's been a lot of fun.
So give us a little scouting report here, man. How far do you think the Flames can go? How do they match up with the Edmonton Oilers? Put on your pundit hat for a second and break down the Battle of Alberta for us.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just seeing how prepared and how my brother is, and see how excited he is. Of course, I'm just excited to watch and be along for the ride and just see him play well. He came up big in Game 7, so. Of course, he's as excited as ever. So I'm just excited to watch him and support him every day. And it's been nice to be able to see him. Of course, didn't see him much this year, so it's been great to kind of catch up with him, on off days. And so I'm just excited to watch him tonight.
Brady, you've been very gracious answering our "you're in the stands with the Calgary Flames" fan questions. I promise we'll get to some Senators questions as well, but. This is one of my favorite storylines, like you just supporting your brother, being amongst the Flames fans, wearing the friendship tour shirt. So I have a couple of rapid-fire questions that me and some other hockey fans are curious about, okay? Question 1, what were the Flames fans' reactions to seeing you in the stands?
Pretty excited. It's coming up, like the Zamboni, coming up through there to our seats. You have to go, 15 rows up, so... people are starting to kind of get excited and just kind of pumped them up a little bit. So it's pretty funny and pretty cool. But it's a pretty cool experience for everybody. I'm just happy to watch. But yeah, I think people are kind of happy, and especially seeing some reactions there. I think they're loving it.
Second question: how long will you go on the Matthew Tkachuk friendship tour if the Flames make, say, the Stanley Cup Final, Game 7? How far are you taking this?
I don't know. I'm taking it one day at a time right now.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm going home Saturday, though, so I guess we'll wait and see.
Okay. If the roles were reversed, let's say Brady Tkachuk and the Senators are in the playoffs and Matthew is not, do you think that this would be reciprocated, like Matthew would be on the Brady friendship tour?
We've actually been talking about that, so I think after, we were calling it the shenanigans I've been pulling. So I don't think he'd match all the stuff, but I think he'd be as excited as ever too.
Okay, last question for you. Let's say Matthew and the Flames win the Stanley Cup. Where do you think you would be in that moment? Will you be on the friendship tour? Do you think you'll be at home?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I mean, that's where we're thinking far ahead, but I mean, if they have an opportunity to win, I think our whole family would be right there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it's I know my brother's confident, and their whole group has a great buy-in right now. So it'll be fun to watch.
But not touching the cup, right?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't touch the cup.
You can't do that.
Never can, because that's the goal in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Before we touch on the Sens, I was wondering, man, like how often do you and Matthew talk about one day playing with each other on the same team? Has it come up in conversation a few times?
Yeah, no, it's definitely come up. We just always talk about how unreal of an experience that would be, and I guess maybe down the road we'll see. Of course, it's only time will tell, but that would definitely be a dream come true if we ever got to play together.
Brady, let's talk about your team now, the Ottawa Senators. I know how much the city loves this team. I used to live in the city of Ottawa for a little while, and the hockey team is very much at the core, the fabric of that city and that building in Canada, of course. Give us a scouting report. Like, you're the captain of this team. You're a very passionate captain. You're one of my favorite captains in the league, really, like in terms of the passion that you show. What would you say about your team going into next year?
Yeah, I think our team, I think we all took steps in the right direction. I think our team's on the upcoming. We're all confident in what we're doing. We all have that belief that we're going to be one of the top teams in the league soon. So of course we're not going to put any pressure on ourselves, but we're as close of a group as anybody in the league, and we as much fun as we have at the rink. We're always hanging out away from the rink too. So we have a great group. Of course, we keep in touch with everybody. Everybody's already excited for next year. So kind of can't wait to almost get the season going next year and just get back into it.
Who are the personality guys? I mean, you're probably one of them, but who are the personality guys in the locker room that just lift the spirits? Maybe they're jokesters, pranksters. Who are those guys in the locker room?
I mean, we have so many of those. We have, everybody on the team's just a great guy, and always joking around, having fun. So there could be a bunch of pranksters that's we haven't caught, because there's still some guys that won't admit to some things. But no, we have a really good group. We have a lot of fun, and just we have such a good time.
Brady, you've been gracious with your time. Enjoy the friendship tour as far as you take it, and thanks for joining us here on The Drop.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it.
Oh, what a beauty.
We
Love
appreciate
it.
him.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Brady.
And we appreciate all of you that answered the call for our mailbag segment. We sent out tweets. We said, hey, we want video questions, and you, Drop Faithful, delivered. Hit us with our first question, Kenny. What?
Oh, hey, Arda and Greg. It's me, Mr. Islander Face. No playoffs for me this year. I was jinxed. Anyway, what do you think of Lou Lamoriello's hire of Lane Lambert to be the Isles' next head coach? 2023 Cup champs? Or will they be left holding all the L's?
All right, first of all, I don't appreciate the jinx part. I think that's a direct attack at us for having picked the Islanders.
Totally is.
Lane Lambert, I seem to remember, Arda, when the Washington Capitals parted ways with Barry Trotz and then hired his assistant coach to take over. His name was Todd Reardon. Things did not go well. I imagine there's a little bit more optimism with Lane Lambert.
Absolutely, especially because this Islanders team, I think it's an anomaly that they missed the playoffs. They have a fantastic goaltender. It could be a Shesterkin situation next season with the Islanders and Sorokin. And they do have great pieces on that team, so maybe they just needed something like this. One thing I do want to mention here real quick, I asked Torts about this. I said, hey, do you think Barry Trotz asks for his assistants to be promoted before he leaves? And Torts says, I wouldn't be surprised. I did the same thing in Columbus. I was ready to leave early so that Brad Larson could get that job in Columbus.
I look forward to Lane Lambert being the next coach that Lou Lamoriello fires.
Awful.
He's fired a lot of them. I'm just saying he fires coaches. He likes it. It's
next question, producer Kenny.
What's up, NHL? All right, so here's my question. A lot of teams are dealing with a lot of injuries right now. There are some big gaps in these lineups, especially in between the pipes. So I want to know, out of all of the teams that are still in these playoffs, Who do you guys feel has been able to fill those gaps the best? We've seen a ton of second string and third string goalies, and they've stepped up to the plate, but what do you guys think? I hope you guys will let me know. Also, let's go Rangers!
Well, there you go. Let's go Rangers. Speaking of the Rangers, I would say it's the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, 100%.
Freddie Anderson.
100%.
Right. He's everybody's thinking, Vezina candidate type guy. Doesn't play in the first round. Antti Raanta moves right in. He gets hurt then.
Yep.
And then they don't miss a beat. And then Raanta, by the way, on home ice, incredible numbers for the Hurricanes during this playoff run against the Boston Bruins. So I would say, with a little bit of flux in goal, it's probably the Hurricanes for me.
Oh, 100%. I think that's the unanimous answer. I mean, if Darcy Kemper had been more hurt there from the errant stick between, that probably would have been a storyline as well, but he's back, obviously. So I think Freddie Anderson is the one. But hey, Carolina's doing great, so what can you say? Shout out to Glove Drop, by the way, one of the emerging content creators in the hockey space. If you're a content creator, shout out to you. It's a grind. I know. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, let's preview the games. Carolina and New York. I do like PK said, I do like the Rangers revenge, former Rangers, Brady Shea, Antti Raanta, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can name a bunch. What do you think the Rangers' chances are in this series, though?
Well, I think it all depends on Shesterkin. And I think that the good news for the Rangers is that he had probably his best game in Game 7 against the Penguins. So I think him being on
two stinkers before that.
Well, yeah, sure, but he bookended the series. Best game was Game 1 until Game 7. So maybe he just needs to get through it, and now he's going to play better. But here's the problem for the Rangers. On paper, this is the Hurricane series, right? Like, the Rangers, we know, can't play well 5-on-5. We saw that against the Penguins. The Hurricanes are a great 5-on-5 team. The Rangers live and die on their power play. The Hurricanes are the #1 penalty kill in the league. The Hurricanes are the best defensive team on home ice in the league. They do everything well, and I think it's not the best matchup for the Rangers. I will say this, though. I believe the Rangers have a level of belief in themselves that cannot be denied. The no-quit thing is a real deal.
Yes.
They won't go quietly, but there are just so many advantages that the Carolina Hurricanes have on paper in this series.
But I believe in goaltending first and foremost. If we see Game 1 and Game 7, Igor Shesterkin, that is a tough goaltender to beat.
Yeah.
And yes, it is possible. We saw Jake Ottinger Game 7. I get it. Okay, I understand that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I picked Rangers in 7 for a reason.
I picked the Hurricanes in 5.
The gentleman's sweep. All right, we got to go. Go watch Rangers and Hurricanes on ESPN, followed by the Battle of Alberta. Enjoy our Game 1s on ESPN. That building will be rocking. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday on The Drop.